Cruise news. One major cruise port is going to begin taxing cruisers. We're going to get you the information on that. Additionally, we have cruise industry news from Carnival Cruise Line, plus a tragic death of a crew member, then large earthquakes in the Caribbean, and more. We're going to get you all the information fast coming up. Welcome to Travel Scouts. My name is Jason and we are your cruise information channel. We get you the cruise news and information you're looking for quickly without wasting your time. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and kick this off with number one, some sad news. A crew member has died aboard the Costa Diadema cruise ship. The crew member was a 55-year-old Indonesian national and they worked in the engine department. The crew member had mentioned to their colleagues for several days that they had had a severe headache. In this past week, the crew member was found dead in their cabin. The exact cause of the death is unknown. Number two, Carnival Cruise Line is bringing back the Fun Times newsletter. This is a printed brochure that outlines the day's events, and historically this was delivered to cruise cabins the night before so people knew what was going on. This was removed back in 2021 and people were instead directed to use the cruise line's online app, but people complained, and Carnival Cruise Line, they have decided to bring the Fun Times newsletter back. So look, quick question, if you cruise with Carnival Cruise Line, do you use the Fun Times newsletter? Are you glad to hear that is coming back? Chime in below and let us know. Moving on to number three, earthquakes continue to rock the Caribbean. This one a rather large one, a 5.4 magnitude earthquake. This occurred just a little northwest of St. Kitts. Thankfully, no one was injured. Let's jump right into number four. Port Canaveral is now the #1 cruise port. It's the busiest anyway. Port Canaveral, it took the top spot from Port Miami, and Port Canaveral has had just over 4 million cruise passengers in 2022, so it edged out Port Miami by about 50,000 cruise guests. Now, just a quick note, according to forecasts, both of these cruise ports, they are forecasted to grow considerably. By 2027, Port Canaveral, it is supposed to grow from 4 million up to 6.4 million cruise guests during that year, and Port Miami is expected to grow from about 4 million up to 8.4 million. Now, a quick question. With these numbers, we're talking about the busiest cruise port, but the question is, what is your favorite cruise port? Where do you like to sail out of the most? Chime in below and let us know. And then number five, the city of Galveston is going to be taxing cruise passengers. The city already adds a 50-cent per ticket charge for Royal Caribbean passengers, and they are seeking to negotiate the same with Carnival Cruise Line and Disney. In addition to that, the city is seeking to add a $1 per car per day charge for parking at both port and private cruise parking lots if you park for more than 48 hours. So that's pretty much going to encompass all cruise passengers. So look, we're not talking about a lot of money here, but what is your thoughts on this? Okay, subscribe and turn the notification bell on to stay up to date with the latest cruise news and information. The next video will be coming out soon, but until then, keep on cruising and we'll catch you in the next video.